Hello students, welcome back. So today again we will solve a question from the chapter Vector Algebra of second PU. So the question goes like this. For the given figure, vector PS and vector SQ respectively are. So they are basically asking us to find this vector PS as well as this vector SQ. Okay, so to find these two vectors, we actually require triangle law of vector addition. So what is triangle law of vector addition? If there are two vectors, vector A and vector B, such that terminal side of one vector, if it coincides with the initial side of the another vector, and these two vectors are in the same order of direction and they represents two sides of the triangle, then their sum is given by third side of the triangle, which is in the opposite order of direction. So this is basically triangle of vector addition. So applying this triangle of vector addition here first, we get vector PS plus vector SQ is equal to vector PQ. And from this I can write vector PS is equal to vector PQ minus vector SQ. And from this we can write vector PS is equal to vector A minus vector SQ. Next, to find vector PS, we actually need vector SQ. So first, let us find vector SQ, then substitute it in this vector PS, we will get vector PS. Again, now, let us consider this triangle now. So to apply triangle of vector addition, terminal side of one vector should coincide with the initial side of another vector, and they are representing two sides of the triangle. The third side will give their sum, but it is in the opposite order of direction. But as you can see, vector SQ is in the same order of direction. But now to add B and C, I have to consider in the opposite direction. So if I consider the opposite direction of SQ, it will be vector QS. So basically, vector QS and vector SQ have same magnitude, but they are in the opposite direction to each other. So I can say vector SQ is a negative of the vector QS. And by this I can write vector SQ is equal to minus of C. Vector QS is in the opposite direction. So this gives me vector B plus vector C. So vector SQ can be written as minus vector B and minus vector C. So substituting this here, we will get vector PS is equal to vector A minus of minus vector B minus vector C. So therefore we get vector PS is equal to vector A plus vector B plus vector C. So this is vector PS and this is vector SQ. So our option is option B. Hope everybody understood this. Thank you.